By and large, developers are still struggling to understand exactly what esports is and why it works, and it's just kind of an interesting thing with the gaming industry in general. It has more money in America than the film industry does, but people don't quite understand it's huge. And it's one of the strange industries that has a lot of money, but also just in a staggering level of incompetence.
This is a new future. We're a different generation. We have to educate the world, say guys, these are not geeks who are just playing all in the cellar. No, so it's our educational process, and to make it easy digestible for the average Joe to understand this is esports.
I just close my eyes and I can see a teenager coming home with like $50,000 check and waving in front of his mother's nose like, "Mother, remember you were having this conversation with me about me playing video games and how bad that was? So guess what?" Ting. Like I'm really seeing this.
I think esports is crucially essential for the future as an entertainment source. 10 years ago, just a few guys had a mobile phone. Now everyone, my kids have mobile phones already. So I think the timing is perfect. The technology brings everything we have right now, this new era of entertainment, into the home, very easy, digestible. We have people here with families sitting in the audience, families, old gentlemen with kids watching esports. This is unique. This is really unique that we get families of people we never touched before by gaming worlds into the gaming world to something they connect. This is the educational process we talked about.
So as people who are younger, people like me or you per se, who grew up gaming but then went to school for business, are able to marry the two together, it's going to work. And I think maybe this wave might die out, but I think there's a good chance it'll go forward. Guaranteed the next one will take off, and I think it'll rival professional sports inside the next 10, 20 years.
Esports is getting bigger and bigger, and it's very important for us as a company, for our product, and for the whole gaming industry. So yeah, it's serious, it's professional, because technically speaking, our competition is who? Basketball, broadcast, rugby, curling. Probably we will outpace curling very soon. For the last 12 months, our budget was $8 million, but this is just the beginning. For the next year, we're increasing it up to 10 million. Just one figure, 2.5 million. This is the prize money pool. And the finalist here, the winner here will go home with 150,000 range check. The success of our event is good for League of Legends. The success of League of Legends is good for Counter-Strike and us, because it's not about sharing this little, still small pie between ourselves. It's about broadening the pie so that in the eyes of the general public walking down the street, esports is serious. Its place is on the TV. We're making sort of heroes and rock stars out of those teenagers, playing tanks. So it's show business, and it needs to be addressed like serious, professionally. This is what we're starting to do.
I hope to find out that one day I sit down with my son and I ask him, what do you want to watch? The Lakers, or hey wait, Red Rush is playing. And it's naturally they say, hey wait, Red Rush. That we get to this point that it's in our daily life, it's a normal source of entertainment, and we don't feel it, these are geeks. They are part of us. We are one part of everything.
Emulate professional sports. There's no difference. It's just a matter of copying that, learning from them. Right now, say for example, would you want to watch all of this, not knowing the game? Probably not, because it's just too long or too campy. But there's a lot of changes that need to be made in order to make that more interesting, more marketable. And it just comes down to production. If you have more cameras, more filler, so there's not like a match and then a 30-minute downtime before the next match. Instead, you have just constant entertainment, and you need to make it so that entertainment appeals to everybody. So you need to find out how to market it to the different demographics and key in on it. We can make this through software so that there's better camera shots. So you're not just watching the strategy of what's happening. It'd be like watching a cinematic take on it, where it's got a sweeping shot as a tank fires in another one and it explodes and it just looks awesome. And you're like, I don't care what's really happening in the game, that's fun to watch. That's where esports need to go. And that has to start with the developers. They need to have esports in mind from the beginning, and they need to make it more cost effective for producers to produce, because right now, for a lot of games, it requires a lot of hardware and a lot of staff, and they can handle most of that through software in the game. The digital world actually has greater potential than the real world, because you can make whatever you want. You want a shot from space? Sure, why not? You don't have to rent a satellite. It's software. So you just have to copy the things that are successful and innovate.
Maybe this is evolution of sports. That I could see this happening because the new generations like us are used to have computers around, smartphones around, streaming just like this in the metro. It's normal. So I can see this happening. It's a dream, but I can see this dream gets reality.
If people aren't going to figure out how to monetize it and incentivize it on their own, or they don't see the need, then I'll put my effort into doing it, because the first people who are going to do it are going to make a boatload of money. So if I find somebody who's willing to work with it, gather some partners together, some statistics majors, and you can easily package this up and get it done. So in 6 months, if it's not getting done by somebody, then I'll probably do it.